We are back doing some common Linux privilege escalation stuff here, and yeah, let's see what we got here. Understanding Privesc. You gain full initial access that affords you administrator access. Privilege escalation is crucial. Alright. Let's go ahead and do a direction of privilege escalation. Normal user. Yep. Horizontal privilege escalation, going up to vertical privilege escalation. Now remember, one thing is that when you're doing horizontal, like this user, like let's say you're in normal user 1, if you get in normal user 2, he might have something, or there might be some type of privilege creep or something like that. And he might have more, or she may have more rights to something, which then can increase your privileges. Or maybe they're able to, you know, if you are on Windows machine, use power up or something like that. See a lot more Windows machines moving horizontally than vertically. But enumeration, lint-enum. I like using lint-piece. Lint-enum is another one. This box wants us to use lint-enum, so we will run lint-enum. First, we have to SSH in. So what is... Let's see here. Do we get a password or anything like that? User 3 password. Okay, never mind. Okay, so let's SSH in the target first. And we will go from there. Get rid of the stuff that we had last night. CD back, make directory, common Linux Privesc. Alright, CD in there. And we'll start this guy off. We're going to SSH into user 3 at that IP address, right? Yes. And we password was password. Alright, so we're in here now. We did it. We can just start messing with stuff like sudo tac-l maybe. Password. See if we get anything. Okay, you can't run sudo. We can try, let's try to do SUID bits. SUID lookup. We can try something like this. There's that PPPD again. Saw that one last night. Didn't know what the hell it did, or if it was exploitable. But what's the target's host name? We can look at host name, and it's polo box. We do that also from the sudo tac-l when it said that we couldn't run it. Look at the output of etc password. How many users X are there on the system? Okay, so let's go ahead and do a cat etc password. We probably just grep for user. So we got 8, it looks like. How many available shells are there on the system? How many available shells? You mean like bin bash? So we have our 8, 9. Is that what it's talking about? 9, 10? Is that what it's talking about? Root may not be available shell. How many available shells are there on the system? I don't really understand that question, like right there. How many available shells? 8? I mean... yeah, I think so. How many available shells on Linux? I don't really understand that question. Let's try to look that one up. Like right there. What is the name of the bash script that's sent every 5 minutes by cron? We can look that up. How to find list of available shells by command line. I never even heard of this one. What is this? New login shell for user account? Tac shell. Install shells using Linux commands. Okay. Never actually had to look this up. It's like a list or anything like that. Yeah, it doesn't really help out very much. Cat etc shells. That's a thing? Okay, so 4. Okay. That's a new one for me. Let's go ahead and Frank, how you doing? Al, what's up, man? Find shells. Find available shells. Never really used that command before. Never really had to do anything like that, but hey. I'm wondering why you would have to ever do that. I mean, we have rbash, restricted bash. We have bin-sh. I mean, I guess to know what's on there. See if there's anything strange on there, but just from the output, like right there, doesn't look like there's anything strange. What's the name of the bash script that's set to run every 5 minutes by cron job? Let's go ahead and cat etc cron tab. Alright, and it's every 5 minutes, it said. And it looks like this guy right here, autoscript.sh. And user 4 is running that. What is critical file? What critical files has permissions changed to allow some users to write to it? Ooh, we could probably look that up with lin-enum, or you like this box? Is it a good one? All right. Probably look that up with lin-enum or linpiece. So let's go ahead and find. Let's go ahead and locate lin-enum since it wanted us to use that. Is it like? No. Do I even have? I don't think I even have lin-enum even out here. I have linpiece. I got linpiece on here. Let's go ahead and download lin-enum. I wonder if I can just do a wget for it or have to install. Probably not, huh? Let's go ahead and do a lin-enum for GitHub. It's informative. I knew most of it already, but it's always good to refresh. Yeah, I did a couple Linux privilege escalation ones so far, but there's so many different ways to escalate privileges. You know, it's in Linux that I like to go through and do those ones. Same thing with Windows. I mean, there's so many ways to escalate privileges, but with Windows, you know, usually you're trying to find, you know, around the same things. But there's so many like SUID bits that can be set, things like that you may have never heard of. It's always good just to be able to do it, just be able to get back through and do it again. Wget him. I don't know why I just did that. Git clone him. All right, there we go. So let's take LA. We have our lin-enum now. Let's cd into lin-enum. And let's go ahead and put that over on this box. No, we'll just do Python. Does the guy have a wget? He does. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and we'll do a Python 3 server on port 80. Wget HTTP 10.13.26.184. That's my IP address. / lin-enum.sh. Alright, he got that. So let's go ahead and make sure that he is runnable. Lin-enum, he's not. So let's go ahead and change mode. Let's make him executable. And let's go ahead and run him. It's probably going to be like etc shadow or something like that we can mess with. I don't really use lin-enum very much, so I may run linpiece on here also just because it makes more sense to me. Yeah, there's your available shells. I wonder if it kind of goes in order here. You probably also look up SUID bits too. Maybe I'll look up that. Running processes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw linpiece on here. Let's go ahead and copy or locate linpiece. Let's go ahead and just copy it over this directory. We'll do it like that. There we go. Count those ashes, yeah. It's been something. It's either been or Etsy or something like that, but it's probably like Etsy Shadow or something like that. Probably like Etsy Shadow. Or maybe it's Etsy Password. We can actually like replace the file or something like that, you know. But that wasn't right. It's probably been something then. It's probably one of the SUID bits there set. We can try to look at the SUID bits again, but I'm just going to go ahead and run limppeas. Change mode. Plus executable for limppeas. .sh, right? Let's go ahead and run that. Our turtle. Hiya. He's more of a P, huh? Like a ninja P. Oreo Bite, how you doing? Wonderful day today. Al, you still on here? Alright, so looking for anything, most likely it's going to be looking for anything that's red and gold. Or yellow and red, whatever you want to call it. So it wasn't, okay, that's just usual software. Alright, they got a MySQL server on here. We got using default. Oh, MySQL is using default root. So that's something we would obviously look at. What's under SUID? So I kind of ran it for like a minute, but that was it. I kind of ran just for like a few seconds because we were just kind of working through the box as it went. No root squash. That's not good. So if we were to mount it, no root squash is up and running on here. That's why I ran limppeas, because it wants you to run lin-enum Oreo. So I was like, well, we'll run limppeas. I ran lin-enum. I'm not very good with lin-enum, but what critical file has permission change to allow some users to write to it? It's got to be something with. Let's go to SSH back into user 3, and we'll password is password. SUID lookup. Alright, what do we have here? User 3 shell script. Huh, nothing in there really. Nothing that's pointing out to me like, hey, use this. Mount? I don't know. Mounts? I don't think so. What critical files has permissions changed? History? Okay, that didn't really help out very much. I think it mentioned in the writable file, not actually a writable file, yeah. Oh, not too much. So not too much at all. My family left to, I go on deployment soon, Oreo, so my family left to America for the summertime. So it's super weird waking up and like, you know, my son isn't standing in front of me going, Dad, I wake up. That was pretty weird. But let's see here. It said read the hint. Think about where passwords store in Linux. So is it Etsy password? Because I did say Etsy password. And I said Etsy shadow. Well, passwords aren't really stored in Etsy password on Linux though. If we cat Etsy password, they aren't stored there anymore. All right, there's no passwords in here. All right, Etsy shadow. An Etsy password is usually readable by everyone. Etsy shadow is not. So now if we can write to Etsy password, things like that, that's not good. We shouldn't be able to write to it and stuff, but unless we're a sudo user. But let's go ahead and actually, or Etsy password, yeah, Etsy password. But I feel like that would have got shown over here somewhere also. I feel like we would have already seen that. Just seeing something like real quick. I feel like we would have seen that. Not really over here, because it's not really a permission. But I just feel like we would have seen that. No, but if you could write to Etsy password, you can create fake. Yeah, custom user, yeah. And then you can put the password into Etsy password. And I see some boxes where that worked and other ones where it doesn't on Linux. There's a simple one-liner you can use with OpenSSL. Yep. I think I actually have a script. I think I've actually done it before. Change password in shadow.txt. So this like right here will actually, if I do this like right here, right, that'll actually run like Assault for Linux. And from there, we could then upload this password into Etsy password, and we may be able to create a user, things like that. And then maybe put him as 0 or something like that. Maybe put him as like 0, and then he should be in the root group there. All right, let's go ahead and see what's next. Abusing SUID and GUID files. Okay. What's the path of the file in the user's3 directory that stands out to you? The shell one, most likely. We already looked at SUID, but we're going to look at it one more time. But I'm going to go with this the shell one. If we actually pwd home user3 and then shell, we do an ls-la. We have that shell, which is actually being ran as root, so that's not good. So pwd, and I can run it also. I can read it, but I cannot execute to it. Let's go ahead and cat shell. Or we'll probably do a strings for it, huh? String shell. Okay, let's go ahead and do an ls-la. su root 2. Echo root 2, OpenSSL password. Ah, okay. Password tour 00 root. You know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type that out here. I'm going to put that into the same thing, like right here. So we're going to do an echo. Well, let's see up here. We're going to do an echo root 2. Looks like that. Well, let me actually, I got an easier way of doing this. Let me just minimize this. Open up your guys' chat. Probably a little bit easier, huh? Your code is now my code. That's how this works, right? Isn't that how this works? And we're going to append it. So what we're doing here is we're going to put root 2, another user, right? Using OpenSSL to encrypt it, it looks like, right? For the password of Tor. And we're going to put them in the root group. It looks like 00 root bin bash. Then we're going to append it to Etsy password. Let's see if that works. Oh, permission denied. Then how do we know that it's right? I mean, that it's not writable. Well, maybe by some users. Okay. Maybe like user 4 can write to it or something like that. I want to actually do that same thing. I'm not going to do that. No, I did not hit enter. Let's go ahead. Nano scripts, change password, shadow.txt. Okay, cool. Another way to be able to do it. Yeah, I can't do anything with it. I can read it, but it's world readable, so whatever. The confused screen, yeah. Maybe some users can, but I mean, I can't. I know that much. That's why I'm kind of letting this guy run for like a little bit longer. See if like user 4 can do it, if he even picks it up. But yeah, so let's go ahead and what was it? It was /home user 3 shell. All right. We know that shell is an SUID bit set, therefore writing it will run the script as a root user. Let's run it. Do we know? Yeah, shell did have an SUID bit set on it, didn't it? So if we look at SUID bits again, let's go ahead and grab that again. Shell, I believe, did have something on there. There it is. User 3 shell. Then we also have a home user 5 script. We can also run that too. So, but it's saying to run it with. Okay, it's being ran by sudo. I thought it was saying to run it with sudo. I was like, no, thank you. /shell, and we're most likely going to be root, and we are. Okay, cool. I'm wondering though, let's go ahead and try cat that home user 5 script. I wonder what that's running. Or the same thing. Clear that. /home. CD in a home user 5. Script. Oh, okay. Just drops that back. All right. No, I pressed Control C. I didn't actually. I didn't hit enter. No worries. Cat Etsy password. Yeah, I didn't actually put him in there. No root to in here. I hit Control C, not enter. Maybe remove it from yours. All right. So we did that. Congratulations, you now have a shell's root user. We did it. Yay! Yay! We did it. All right. Exploiting writable Etsy password. All right. So let's see here. Continue the enumeration of users. We found that user 7 is a member of the root group with GID 0. We did. Okay. When did we find that? I guess if we looked up cat Etsy password, we actually looked at it. We can see that. User 7, yep, he does. He has 0, like right there. Okay. So yes, that is correct. Let's go ahead and look at that like real quick. Okay. And we know that the lid-enum scan Etsy password file is writable for the user. So for this observation, we conclude that user 7 can edit the Etsy password file. So now we obviously need to get into user 7. That's what I'm going to go with. I wonder if we need to if he has like a password sitting there somewhere. I did not see it within linpeas though. I wonder if lid-enum actually shows it, and I just didn't see it. So I did not see that within linpeas at all. Because you could just Etsy password it and just go from there, huh? Just see who's in 0. Let's see, he's got no root squash. But I feel like lid-enum and linpeas are pretty much the same thing, just linpeas has colors. But, I mean, if we couldn't find it, we know that if we, Oh, Oreo, have you seen this one yet? Yeah, I did something with stuff and things. I put codes in it and stuff like that. I did stuff. Alright. So we do know that user 7 is on group, right? He does have the root group with a GID 0. We already know the new scan Etsy password file is writable for the user. So for us, we conclude that user 7 can edit the Etsy password file. Understand Etsy password. Etsy password file stores essential information which is required during login. In other words, it stores user account information. Etsy password is a plain text file that contains a list of systems accounts, giving each account some useful information like user ID, group ID, home directory, shell, and more. The Etsy password file should have a general read permission, as many command utilities use it to map user IDs to its user names. However, write access to the Etsy password must only limit for the super user / root account. When it doesn't, or a user has erroneously been added to a write allowed group, we have a vulnerability that can allow the creation. Okay. First thing we need to do is we need to become, first let's exit out of root from our previous, then use SU to swap to 7. Oh, that's easy. User 7's password is password. I thought it was going to be like, where you have to get like SUI or like ID RSA stuff or something like that. I thought it was going to have to be, something else, but no. So now we can get that sweet script that Oreo Bytes sent us, and let's just run this and let's see what happens. So let's go ahead and do a cat etc password now. And we have root 2 like right here. And his password is Tor. So let's try to SU into root 2. And his password is Tor. Ayo! You know, give it up for Oreo. Okay, having read the information about what direction privilege, this will be horizontal. Going from, well, we're going from, I guess whenever we get to roots, I would still say that's horizontal. He just has more permissions. It's kind of like permission creep. You're saying it's vertical? I don't know. Because he's still a user. I mean, I guess since he's within the root group, now it's a vertical. Yeah, that would be a vertical escalation. He's within the root group, so that makes sense. The hash created by, oh, we have to do it like this. He wants us to actually do it a certain way. One hash created by using the command with the salt new and the password 123. Okay, so he wants us to do it like this. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll say salt is new. And the password is 123. There we go. Great, now we need to take this value and create a new user account. What would the empty password actually look like for, oh, he wants us to create it like that. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to use the same command that we already used. Let's go ahead and exit out here so we can do it, you know, realistically, right? And we're going to use the same command. We're going to echo. And what do they want the username to be? You create a new root user account. What would the empty password entry look like for the root user with the username new and the password hash we created before? Well, it should just be bam, bam. Let's go ahead and just throw them in there. All right, new, and we want to echo, and he wanted it to be new, correct? The username to be new. Okay. So there's new, and he wants we'll do open SSL. Password was 123, right? And the password hash we created before, so yeah, that would be the password. Okay, and we're still using open SSL, so we'll be good with that. We might have to change up that one though, huh? Might have to change that part. I guess we're making a new root user. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and just do this like right here. Cat Etsy password. Let's just go ahead and grab what root would look like, right? So it would be new. Oh God. Callie's been doing that lately for some reason. She's been like not responding properly. I think I'm doing too much to it. Okay. Maybe we gotta go, maybe it's time to move to parrot. Okay, so we would do new, the password hash that we just created. So let me go ahead and grab that password hash. Okay. New. There we go. New that. And then it would be, the rest would be something like this, right? It should just be that, like right there. Alright. I thought it was going to be something like, you know, no, it didn't want, whatever, I don't know. Alright, cool. Now that you've added everything, just add the entry. Yep, we already did it, and we already logged in as, well, we did ours as root 2. So I do like that one, like right there. Go ahead and print screen that guy like right there. Boom. And we'll go ahead and throw him over to here. And we'll go ahead and SU into root 2 with the password 4. You are running super user mode. Be careful. No. Don't let Frank lie to you. He does not actually suck at this. You know, the hardest part about, well, escaping via editor. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this is all about. Sudo tech-l. This is with user 8. All right, so I'm going to go with his password as password. So let's go ahead and SU into user 8. And his password, okay, that was easy enough. I was going to say his password's going to be password. I think actually, yep, there we go. So we're in user 8 now. Now let's go ahead and do a sudo tech-l. We're in user 5. No, we're in user 8. I'm in user 5's directory. Sudo tech-l. So he can run as root with no password, user bin vi. So let's go ahead and look up GTFO bins. Make our life easy here, right? Vi. Sudo. Thank you. And we are now root. Crush that problem. I have to actually put in here what it actually says and everything. I should probably slow down. What does this require or not require to run as root? I mean, like no password? Is that what you mean? Okay. Yep, we did that. Cool. Exploring cron tabs. All right. Let's go ahead. Can we stay as user 8 or who are we going to be now? We're going to go back to user 4. That's you to user 4. That's the hard part about vi, vim, whatever. That's the hardest part is saving a file. That's it. Okay, so we're user 4 now. All right. And we want to look at cron tab. So we can either, let's see if he has a cat or cron tab tech E. Let's see if this is the thing first. We use one. We use user bin nano to look at it. Or we can also cat etsy cron tab. Okay, nothing cron tab tech E. Okay. Let's go ahead and cat etsy cron tab. And we have that script being run by user 4 in there. We can also look at cron jobs, right? We can also do that. All script.sh on user 4's desktop scheduled to run every 5 minutes. Yes, it is owned by root, meaning that it will run with root privileges, despite the fact that we can write to this file. Can he write to it? It was found on the allscript.sh on user 4's desktop. Oh, cd into user home user 4 desktop. And yes, he can write to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go ahead and echo something in here. Do a witch bash like real quick. Okay. So what I'm thinking is just go ahead and do a cat scripts bash reverse shell. Back to me. We want to make that for 10, 13, 26.184, right? Okay, I think he wants us to use MSF Venom, though. Now, our host machine, let's create a payload for our cron exploit using MSF Venom. What is the flag to specify a payload? It's TAC P and MSF Venom. What directory is autoscript sh under? Let's go ahead and see if this actually works first. Let's go ahead and just run that. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. Exit out of there. So we can listen, and we're going to echo that guy, right? And we'll just append the file of autoscript.sh. And we appended him like that. So hopefully he will just run that at the end. And it's supposed to run every 5 minutes, and we should get root back over here. But let's go ahead and do a pwd like real quick. It is at home user for desktop. Let's replace contents file. Okay, we could have done that. We just did ours with a bin bash instead of using MSF Venom and everything like that. We just did ours with a bin bash. We'll try it like that, and this should come across in 5 minutes or so. And we'll let that guy just kind of sit there and just run. Just kind of do his thing. I'll put him over here. And we'll see what happens with that. Let's keep going. Exploiting path variable. All right. This is what I always have problems with. This path variable. I think I actually have... So I have something in here for it. Export path for curl.txt. I don't know what that one is. Alright, so let's go ahead and go through this one. And this one I'm actually going to make a little new thing for. Okay. Going back to our local stage sessions, now he wants us to go into user 5. Alright, we'll see if we get anything back down here. Like I said, it should take about 5 minutes. So, go and SU into user 5, password. This whole company has a super strong password policy. Alright, there we go. This whole company. Yep, we did that. Let's go to users 5 home directory and run the file script. What command do you think it's executing? I think it's executing SU. It's the same command that we had. Oh, ls. Never mind. Whoops. Now we need to know what command to imitate. Let's change directory to temp. See, temp. Okay. Now we're inside temp. Let's create an imitation executable. The format for what we want to do is echo whatever the command you want to run is ls. Name executable we are imitating. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to do we're going to make an executable, right? Now we're inside temp. Let's create an imitation executable. Now I'm thinking about it. What would the command look like to open a bash shell, run into a file with the name of the executable we're imitating? Huh. Command is actually just the path of bin, or the bash, yeah, /bin bash. That makes sense, but It's executable now. We ran /bin bash, it looks like, okay. I think we did that. So I think, okay, so name of the executable, we're in command. So do we want to do, I'm not understanding these stars like right here. Okay. What does the command look like? Open a bash shell. Well, I guess ours would look like we want to echo, right? Echo ls, and we want to echo that into bin bash. Is that what it's saying? Is that what it's trying to do, like right there? Yeah, I didn't think so. You guys know what? I'm counting the asterisks here. I don't see what this one. I don't know what that one really wants me to do. So now we're going to export path, right? Equals /tat path. So yep, ls now runs this. That is correct. So now if we go back to the other guy, we run it, we should become root, I believe. So if we go to cd home, user 5, oh god, I forgot what the thing was called. Script. And yeah, we are root now. So that did work. But what I'm confused about is what is this like right here? I have to look that up. Uh-oh. Okay, once you create a file that seems like ls, but it calls a show. Yeah, I did that, but I don't understand because we did that, we just completed it like right there. But what I don't understand is what it wants us to put like right here. Okay. Echo that bin bash to ls. But look how long this is though. You think so? Echo bin bash to ls, like that it's saying? Okay. I'm trying to echo ls and all this other crap. I just made a file ls. Oh my god. Thank you, Frank. No, we're good with the bin ls. We just export the path back. Alright, expand your knowledge. Okay. Good, we completed that one. Thank you, Frank. Oh, explain content. Did that ever work? Still listening. Has it been 5 minutes yet? I don't remember what that was even for. Auto? I don't remember what I even put in there. Cron tab. Boom. I guess we could put in the payload in there. Reverse netcat, lhost. We could always just try to put the payload in there. Try it like that. Unless you do port 9999. And obviously for local IP, I need more than just local IP. So we're going to need 10.13.26.184. Yeah, did you just do yours like I kind of did mine? Did you just make like a bash script? I feel like it's been over 5 minutes. It definitely has. It's definitely been over 5 minutes. Okay, so that's what we need to copy. So it's doing a netcat reverse shell in there. Obviously, well, yeah, command unit reverse netcat. But I don't remember what user even was whenever I did this. Home user 4. Okay. Let's go ahead and SU into user 4 again. Password. CD and / home user 4 desktop. Okay, you did use a bash reverse shell. Yeah, it seems to be taking forever. If I run that, it's not even calling back down to me. What if I needed to overwrite it? Yeah, it's not even calling back down to me. So what if I need to get rid of this bash I like right here? Yeah. It's not coming back over here now, is it? Probably because that's the wrong freaking IP address. So 10.13.26.184. Okay, so that does work. Cool. All right. I always like to test it beforehand. This time I was like, oh, it works. Yep, it works. Yeah, okay. Oh, my God. Not even the correct IP address in there. So we could either throw this netcat guy in here, or we could just throw a bash one up here. We're going to let that guy just sit there for a few minutes, and we should be able to say that, yeah, we completed him. I'm actually so confident that I'm just going to say that we completed it. But we're going to let him go ahead and actually complete, so we can see a root shell back down here. And while that's happening, go ahead and find another box.